Good afternoon, I'm Michael Aaron. Here's what's coming up on THV 11 News at noon. Today is the day you might be dreading. 2021 taxes are due, but what if you aren't ready? Does getting an extension affect your chances of getting audited? We find out at 12:16. Plus, Friday is Earth Day, how you can help the environment by doing, well, absolutely nothing. That story at 12:20. Plus, a warning from cybersecurity experts, how the war on Ukraine is increasing scams against the world's computer systems. We've got those stories coming up, but first, meteorologist Nathan Scott joins us for a first check of our work week forecast. Nathan, thank goodness it's looking to be a little more quiet this week, right?
Yes, Michael. Good afternoon to you. It was a soggy Easter weekend around the region, but the sunshine has returned today, and it feels pretty good out there. Although temperatures are a little bit cool for this time of year. We're at 59 in Little Rock, 57 in Arkadelphia. Still some clouds hanging on along eastern sections of the state, but those clouds will clear out going through the afternoon hours. We've got a little bit of a breeze kicking in from the northeast, about 10 to as high as 20 miles per hour in Stuttgart, but that sun makes it feel extra good compared to the clouds and rain that we saw yesterday. So highs topping out into the mid to upper 60s. Now this week it's not going to be entirely quiet. More rain, showers and storms will be arriving Tuesday night into Wednesday, maybe lingering into Thursday. The good news is this severe weather threat is very, very slim with that chance. I'll talk more about that chance of rain and also a big warm up heading in our direction. I'll let you know how warm it will be getting coming up.
All right, Nathan, we start this afternoon with an update to news we first brought you on Wake Up Central this morning. The Little Rock Fire Department is investigating a fire at a downtown business. It happened at Myers Supply Company on 9th and Arch Street. That's near the Mosaic Templars Cultural Center. Fire crews responded at about 6:30 this morning. They were able to get the fire out quickly. It was actually called in by someone on Interstate 630, a driver there. The fire marshal is working to learn what caused the fire. Meanwhile, the National Weather Service is investigating fake storm reports that claim to confirm a tornado when there actually wasn't one. As many as 9 tornado reports from Friday night storms in northeast Arkansas could not be verified. These are some of them on your screen right now. The storm reports claim to be from train spotters, broadcast media, and emergency managers. On Saturday, a survey team from the Little Rock office found no evidence of tornadoes in northeast Arkansas. We'll have more on this story tonight at 5 and 6. With all that said, there was plenty of hail on Friday. It piled up like snow in Walnut Ridge in Lawrence County. Hail as large as baseballs did considerable damage from Fulton County to just north of Jonesboro. There was damage reported at Williams Baptist University, and homes nearby had siding ripped off and windows busted. The storms also knocked down trees blocking roads in Cherokee Village. Then yesterday, flooding caused problems on the opposite side of the state in southeast Arkansas. These are photos from the Dermott Fire Department in Chico County. You can see some of the standing water left over from flash flooding. The street department worked through the day yesterday, cleaning storm drains and getting rid of all that mud. People living in Pulaski County within an earshot of Camp Robinson don't need to be alarmed when they hear this today. Live fire exercises are happening at Camp Robinson. The Arkansas National Guard is warning people who live nearby to expect loud booms throughout the day. The training should only last today. And here's a traffic alert in Conway that might just save you from getting a ticket. Starting today, Conway police officers will patrol the busy intersection at Oak Street and Elsinger Boulevard. That's in front of Conway Commons and the Chick-fil-A there. It is notorious for drivers blocking the intersection and stopping the flow of traffic. Officers will write tickets to drivers caught red-handed. They say they'll keep it going until drivers stop the bad behavior. And now we want to get to the latest in Ukraine. At least 7 people are dead after a missile attack. Russian troops are now concentrated mostly in the eastern and southern parts of the country. President Volodymyr Zelensky vows Ukrainians will fight absolutely to the end to defend the port city. Charlie D'Agata reports.
There's not much left of Mariupol after weeks of an unrelenting Russian onslaught. But within this sprawling steel plant and the series of tunnels beneath it, a number of Ukrainian forces are still holding out, defying the ultimatum from Russia to surrender or die. Ukraine's Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba told Face the Nation Russia is razing the city to the ground at any cost.
The situation in Mariupol is both dire militarily and heartbreaking. The city doesn't exist anymore.
In Kharkiv, medics treating an injured woman were forced to dive for cover to save their own lives in the middle of an artillery attack. Amid the suffering and fear, worshippers gathered for the start of Holy Week in Ukraine. Easter is celebrated next Sunday. In Vinnytsia, southwest of the capital, Proto-Deacon Vladislav prayed for the lives of the injured and the souls of the dead. But the war has turned the church into a battleground too. After Russian Orthodox leaders gave their blessings to the war, and President Putin too. Father Vladislav says that makes the Russian Orthodox Church an accomplice. It's a position no church should ever take, he said. Russia started this war not defending their territory, but attacking the territory of our country. Even as the war rages on, he's praying for a peaceful Easter.
Is it more difficult to hope under the circumstances?
When people undergo all this grief and atrocities, and they still hope, still believe, still say they feel the hand of God that guides them, this belief becomes their reality. New images have emerged of that Russian warship that went down in the Black Sea last week, the Moskva, showing smoke billowing out of it, starting to sink after allegedly being struck by Ukrainian missiles. Naval experts have identified that it is the ship. They can't confirm where or when those images were taken. Charlie Daggett, CBS News, Nova Praha, Ukraine.
U.S. officials are warning about potential cyber attacks from Russia as the war in Ukraine drags on. Catherine Herridge reports targets could include everything from public transit systems to banks and the energy sector.
With the Russian invasion of Ukraine in its 8th week, a top U.S. cybersecurity official told 60 Minutes Vladimir Putin may resort to digital warfare against American targets.
We are seeing evolving intelligence about Russian planning for potential attacks, and we have to assume that there's going to be a breach, there's going to be an incident, there's going to be an attack.
A March FBI alert obtained by CBS News warned of increased reconnaissance by foreign actors of U.S. energy networks searching for vulnerabilities. And in recent weeks, the U.S. government's Shields Up campaign said every organization, large and small, must be prepared to respond to disruptive cyber incidents.
Think about energy companies, financial services sector, transportation or communication, key organizations that are part of our day-to-day lives.
Sean Henry is the president of cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike.
If they were shut down for weeks or months with the inability to service their consumers, that would be catastrophic to the United States.
So you're saying you go to the ATM is not working. You try and get on public transit and the trains are not running.
That is exactly what I'm saying.
The Justice Department recently unsealed criminal charges for Russian hackers alleging a past campaign against the energy sector that targeted victims in the United States and in more than 135 other countries.
It is very much the type of activity that we are warning about today when it comes to Russia's response to the world's response to the horror in Ukraine.
Why do you think Russia has not unleashed a major cyber attack at this point?
I think that it's an arrow in their quiver. I think that there may be some concern about what might happen in a retaliatory response.
And cybersecurity experts tell CBS News the U.S. has a robust capability to respond, but there can be unintended consequences and the risk of further escalation with potentially damaging fallout for all involved. Catherine Herridge, CBS News, Washington.
Today's the day. File your taxes, but what if you need an extension? There are some of us out there. How it could affect you after the break.
And we could use a break from the severe weather. Showers and storms. We're getting that today and also tomorrow, but rain is returning to the forecast. I'll have more on that and talk about a chilly start to your Tuesday morning next.